One of the most exhilarating outdoor hobbies that you can enjoy with your friends and or family is duck hunting. This passionate hobby that's filled with a mix of ducks, water, and excitement is something I absolutely love and look forward to every year.
No guns?
In fact, it's something that I look forward to every birthday that I have. It's something I choose to do on every birthday. Uh, there are various steps and tasks you must know in order to go duck hunting. Today I'll tell you about Today I'll tell you what most people believe to be the most well-known steps put together before you go duck hunting.
What a duck hunt.
The first step is The first step to a successful duck hunt is preparation before out in the hunting area. First, you must have the proper gear. Most people use shotguns, and the most common shotguns are either 12 gauge or 20 gauge. And you must have steel shot, not lead shot. Your clothes are very important. If it's a cold day, you need to dress warmer, of course, and normally you have to have waders or hip waders so you can wade in the water without getting wet. And you don't have to have calls and decoys, but it definitely helps bring in the ducks. There's other small stuff like mosquito spray, flashlights, and snacks you might want to bring. And if needed, you might want transportation, such as a boat or a Argo. And some places you don't need that, you can just walk in from your vehicle. Another thing is you need a place to go. It's not nearly as hard as one might expect. You might know somebody with private property that you can ask permission to hunt on, or you can lease it from them. The second step is preparation while out in the hunting area, but before shooting time. The first thing once you get there is your decoy spread. Once you get there, you figure out which way the wind is blowing, and that's how you figure out the way you want to spread your decoys. Normally you would want the hole facing. Normally the ducks fly into the wind, so you're going to want your hole on the side that the wind is blowing from, so the ducks will land there and within range so you can shoot them, which is normally within 40 yards, 40 to 20 yards. The next thing is being situated and comfortable in your blind. Ducks have very keen eyesight, so one thing you have to keep in mind is to always be in cover in either natural vegetation or man-made blind. Once you're situated, the next thing is just waiting for shooting time to arrive, which is normally 30 minutes before sunrise.
That's with your hamburger.
And the next thing you have to remember is being careful. And being careful is the number one priority while duck hunting. There have been some mishaps, but normally if you're careful, that won't happen. The having fun and making memories comes after that. But another thing you have to be careful about is knowing the regulations and rules set by the state you're hunting in. You have to have a plug in your gun that allows you to only hold 3 shells, which is the proper way most people want you to duck hunt. And there are limits to how many ducks you can shoot. For certain species of ducks, sometimes you can only shoot so many of that species, and you can have 6 ducks altogether. And public hunting lands have their own set of rules you must know before going out. Now, of course, the part everyone thinks of is fooling the ducks to come within range and shooting them. For example, calling. Lots of people think of calling when they think of duck hunting. Sometimes just a few single quacks is all it needs to finish the ducks, to bring them within range. And sometimes calling can relax or coax ducks. It can imitate ducks feeding. Sometimes, if the ducks are skittish though, it can scare them away. Calling can be a bad thing. Knowing when to shoot and when not to shoot is very important. Sometimes the ducks will be too far and out of range, and sometimes if you just wait, they'll come in close enough for you to shoot them. Sometimes it takes them a few circles to get within range. Sometimes you have to change it up. You just have to learn from the ducks sometimes. Later in the season, they can be smarter and harder to kill. Retrieving the ducks can be either a pain or an enjoyment for some people. For me, I will have a duck dog to help me retrieve my ducks. Sometimes you don't have a dog, and if you don't have a dog, it's okay. You can still go get the ducks yourself. It just makes it a whole lot easier having a dog.
What's the dog's name?
Jack. And from what I have researched and experienced, those are the various tasks and steps in order to go duck hunting. Once the hunt is all done and over with, the memories and feelings you experience will all be worth it.